So that was fun. And then I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't planning to, but I happened to I happened to have an extra ticket, and I was like, okay. The movie that was airing right after that was the first Slam Dunk. This is the basketball anime as created by one Takehiko Inoue, the same creator as Vagabond. I haven't ever gone into Slam Dunk, but I've always seen it from a distance. Like, yeah, that's that basketball anime.
Did Slam Dunk finish, or did it get stuck in that same limbo that Vagabond did?
I'm pretty sure it finished. Yeah,
Okay.
basketball did its thing. So I watched that. It was yeah, and Reggie and Min, we were checking it out. I am shocked. I am shocked, and like I was I couldn't at a loss for words how incredible this movie is.
Huh.
The first Slam Dunk is unbelievably awesome. And I've never seen or read anything Slam Dunk related ever. It's great. Like you're going in. I'm like, all I know is Vagabond guy's my fave. He did some samurais and philosophy storytelling. He loves basketball. What do you got for me? And I got so much more than I ever expected. The animation is actual, like, it's some of the best I've ever seen for like a CG movie now. Like it's 3D, and it's capturing his style, which I've always said forever. I don't want to ever see Vagabond adapted to anything because you'd lose too much in the process. This has single-handedly convinced me otherwise. They could absolutely do it, and the detail they have in some shots of just like Okinawa streets, the beach, then just the playing hoops on an island somewhere, and like the amount of just unbelievably gorgeous attention to detail, and it's written and directed by the same guy again. Like, it absolutely is possible. The tech is there. They could make it happen.
Wait, this is CG? This trailer I'm looking
It's
at?
CG. The movie is 3D, and it looks unbelievable.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the budget they had for it, I don't know. Whatever they're doing, it's fucking working. The way the story is told, it's I didn't know any like it focuses on one of the characters on the team, Ryota, who's basically the point guard. He's the small guy, and you're kind of just following him and his family and what they're going through as he's like, as they're playing one game. It's the course of the movie is one game of ball and then his backstory at the same time. And like the way it goes about that, and like from something that nothing about these characters, like it gives you more than enough of like a full-fledged like just picture of everything. It's a perfect sports movie type of delivery of like why you're going to care about all these characters, the struggles they go through, and the shit that they present and how they do it is like it's very real. And I feel so stupid because I'm like, one of the things I love the most about Vagabond is how it treats subdued scenes. It has moments of profound emotional awareness that are delivered in very muted ways, and the same guy that can do that can totally do it over here. Replace your samurais with basketball, but I can still tell you an unbelievably compelling story, and it does a really good job with that, and it was very satisfying and grounded with how it approaches a lot of that stuff. And like the way it makes basketball like a fun, like an insanely fun thing to watch. Like, I have no problems with the sports anime when like I Shield 21 is a football anime where they basically have superpowers. Like, the main character can see the lines and stop time and roll through the block. There's another dude who can like run right through you and become a ghost, like whatever.
Of course.
That stuff, that's crazy and fun, and everyone's glowing. But in this, it's just insanely realistic, but what makes it interesting is just the composition of the frame, the impact of the moments, and the places that they decide to pause everything, and the keyframes, so to speak. Just making a real game of basketball look fucking compelling, I can't, it was so good. I don't know what else to say, And I found out after the fact that like the story told in the movie is not even like it's not even about the main character of the series. Like the main character of the actual series is a different player on the team. It's the power forward on the team is actually who the story is about, and this is just a side character that like is one of the main guys that then they just put in this role. And I had no idea, you know. I can't recommend this thing enough, whether you give a fuck about basketball or not. Just so fucking good. And yeah, I feel stupid for not like giving this the time of day sooner, because it's like he's done shit I love already. Why wouldn't another subject matter be equally as fucking awesome when handled by him, you know?
So I obviously didn't see this movie, but I did check out the trailer, same as Vinny did when you were talking, and like it is CG, I can tell that, but like I think we're finally hitting the point where like that just looks really good enough to do like a whole goddamn animated movie from Japan.
Yeah,
like you remember how ugly the Uzumaki Chronicles, not Uzumaki, the Junji Ito Chronicles or whatever was, how fucking hideous that shit was.
We just have to go back to Berserk 2016, man. Like,
right? But then you look at the Uzumaki preview that they just released. It looks great. It's very obviously like 3D models, but it looks great.
Yeah. It's not like not everything needs to be adapted into another medium, and I'm like, I'm happy with Vagabond using the maximum of what manga can do to tell its story. But this just convinced me that if they did want to, they could. It doesn't need to exist. It doesn't validate it anymore. It doesn't give it any more meaning. But if they wanted to, they could. The way you have, there's moments that he's really masterful about when you read his stories, is when like you'll turn a page and you'll get a spread where like a character will be like 10% of a spreads of the composition, and then the rest is just like a glorious moment, a background with so much detail you can zoom in for fucking hours staring at every blade of grass, you know? Or sometimes it's just like white space if it's just going into their mind and things like that. There are moments they have in this movie where like that kind of happens on the court, you know? And they do it in 3D is I guess the best way I could describe it, you know? And I remember I was reading about how he a lot of the way he told the story and drew the characters is that like the best moments of in basketball are oftentimes depicted on trading cards. So he would take the poses from the players on trading cards and use those as reference for the manga, you know? And like they take that and then like take it to the next level in 3D when it's animated, and have like these hard keyframed stop moments to emphasize something right before like a crossover happens, or like a layup, or just catching a rebound has never been so fucking impactful, you know? I can go on forever about it, but never mind that. Just I highly recommend the first Slam Dunk, and I'm gonna go fucking check out Slam Dunk, man, because
I want to be clear here because it's a really unclear title. You're not talking about the first of the Slam Dunk movies.
No. The movie is literally called The First Slam Dunk. It's 2022. And goddamn.
Because I had that confusion when I typed in Slam Dunk movie into YouTube and actually saw, it's actually called The First Slam Dunk.
Yeah. So that's
Will I like it if I've only ever seen one anime in my life before?
I mean,
is that true?
That is not entirely true.
Okay.
Okay.
But, like I've seen 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, it's like what I love about it is that it reminds me of so there's another director called Satoshi Kon there's a movie called Perfect Blue that he made. It's very, very good.
I've heard about that one.
Really good because it was a live action movie that just got animated instead of being live action. They used the medium to do a bunch of awesome things, but it didn't have to be that. It's just a compelling story. And Slam Dunk is exactly that. This could have been a live action story. It's like using the medium to do awesome things, but it doesn't have to be anime. There's nothing quintessentially anime about it. sports anime as a category is a vibe, overall, but so are sports movies, right?
Sure.
Any Remember the Titans, Bad News Bears type story. You're familiar with how those things go. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, it follows.
And I'm not
along.
a sports guy either, but I've watched a number of those movies and found things to enjoy because there's like a story that makes me invested, even if I don't really know the sport that well.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And here, there's little moments where, because it's a movie, you can tell that, like, oh, if I were reading this or if I were watching the show, they would stop to talk about the foot position of when the center puts his foot outside so that he can turn for a layup or to catch a rebound, and the characters notice that his foot is on the outside. Like, that could be a whole explanation moment in an anime or so. But here, they just call attention to it, the character notices it, and you, the viewer, go, oh, that's significant? Okay. And then we move from there, and again, the game is told through the lives of the characters, and then they go back and they show you enough that you get the deal, and it's just great. It's just really well done. The first slam dunk.
Cool.